Okay, welcome everyone. I'm happy to have you all joining us today. Whether you are on Facebook or you are in our Zoom, we have about 13 teachers with us here today. We're going to be having a nice discussion with our program, which is called Teacher Talks. And let me share what Teacher Talks is. Teacher Talks is organized by American Spaces, and it's a great opportunity to meet with teachers from different countries, and it's specifically organized by American Spaces here in Uzbekistan. And my name is Armen Kassabian, and the quick intro of who I am: I'm from New York. I'm a high school teacher, and I've been working for around 13, 14 years in different capacities, mostly with students uh, in New York, but I've also worked in New York, Connecticut, I've worked in Massachusetts, and I've had the opportunity to work in Uzbekistan, Brazil, and this technique that I find really interesting is called chants. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And that's it. So we have a little chant on top here. Chants are great. Come and learn. Don't be late. So we have everyone here. I'm going to share my screen. We'll get into action, and then in a little bit, you're going to create your own chants. So instead of me talking about a chant, I thought we could just try one out. So this is a class chant that you could start your class with. So I'm going to say it, and I would appreciate if you're able to. You don't have to unmute yourself, but you can say it along with me. I'll send it in the chat box, and welcome to have you here, everyone who's joining us right now. So this is a chant, and the way it goes is you just speak in a rhythm. So I'm going to say it, and you can join with me. And it goes like this. I'll do the first time, and then we'll start. So, welcome to our class. Welcome to our class. What will we learn about today? Welcome to our class. So I'm going to make sure. I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to just look. Is everyone clear on what we're doing? You're going to just try to say it with me, and that's how we're going to start our class. So that's what we're doing. So we'll try it, a beginning class routine. Welcome, welcome. So, welcome to our class. Welcome to our class. What will we learn about today? Welcome to our class. Just gonna meet people. What will we learn about today? We will learn about different ways to use chants. We will learn about different ways to use chants. What will we learn about? We will learn about different types of chants we can write. We will learn about different types of chants we can write. So, does anyone want to tell me, before I continue, what did I just do? I know I was doing most of it. I was the example. But did someone want to unmute and just tell me, what did I do, the way that I spoke? What did you notice? You can just unmute yourself. I want to hear from people. The way that I was presenting that introduction. Warm-up activity. Thank you, Dilfruz. And you could say it alone, or eventually you could have your whole class say it. Anyone else notice something that I did as I said it?
You greeting.
I greeted
You
you?
have greeting, yeah.
I greeted you? Yes. Okay, thank you. And I said it in a sort of rhythm. Kind of I kept a flow to it. And see, someone else wrote something here. Yep, that's it. So this is more or less what a chant is. It's possible some of us have used them before. I really like poetry and rapping. So it's speaking to a steady rhythm. It's speaking so that it has a sort of chorus to it. And it's a fun approach that you can use. And the key thing here is modeling and having people repeat. So we'll show you some, and this is just a method, and I'm going to explain who created it in a second. But honestly, this is a method that I'm sure a lot of us have heard of, and that probably have part of our culture. So it's a clear and steady beat that continues, and you can review topics and you can model topics. And the idea is that it stays on a sort of rhythm. It continues. You could tap, you could clap, or you could just continue the rhythm as you speak. So there's different types, more or less. There's just choral, everyone just taking one line and doing it part by part. You could do individuals. I kind of did an individual chant. I wanted to invite you to do it as a group. You can do it with movements. You can have a personal chant. So, for instance, if you started class with an introduction of who's in the class or what's the weather like. I know that I hear that one a lot. What's the weather like today? You know, in Uzbekistan, it's always the same question. What is the weather like today? Is it sunny? Is it sunny? What is the weather like today? Is it raining? Is it raining? So these are just like chants, and then you could have people respond. No, it's not raining. What is the weather like today? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? So you can use chants to kind of get people speaking together. And you can also have them introduce their names. What is my name? My name is Armen Kassabian. And you can also do different grammar exercises. So I'm going to start with a really nice explanation of what is chants and what they are by the woman who really developed them for using them in ESL classes. Her name is Carolyn Graham. So she's going to explain what they are. I'm going to show 2 or 3 videos, and then I'll explain a little bit more about working and speaking with like stress and rhythm, and then we're going to put people into small groups to create their own chants on a topic that is related to what you teach. So let's learn about chants from Carolyn Graham. She is a jazz musician, but also an ESL teacher from NYU.
The jazz chants are really very simple. That is, the language we're talking about is the everyday, natural spoken language. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Natural spoken American English with an awareness of the rhythm which is in there. They have a lot of advantages. One of the big ones is you can work with any sized classroom. A lot of teachers are dealing with 50 students, 100 students, no blackboard, no equipment. But you see, with jazz chants, you don't need a blackboard. You don't need equipment. All you need is yourself, the rhythm. The thing I love about this video is that it's going to offer teachers a glimpse of teachers themselves learning to do it, because I'm going to be teaching the teachers first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I'm going to pretend they're my students. They pretend they're 6 years old, and they're going to do some chants for young learners and move with me and just do what I would do in my classroom. Hi, how are you? Then they're going to go into their classroom, and they're going to teach the real students.
What do you wear on your head? A hat. What do you wear on your hands? Gloves. What do you wear on your feet? Socks, shoes, and socks, shoes, and socks.
This is a wonderful thing for a teacher to watch other teachers first learning and then teaching. I got my chance simply by listening. You're not creating anything, you're just listening to the language all around you.
Alright, so we're going to pause on that. I'm going to explain a little bit more on what chants are, and then we are going to jump into action. So she gave a really good example. I have a PowerPoint that a colleague who was an English language fellow created. Just want to give her credit. Her name is Ellen Myers. And I just want to share some of the ideas that she had shared about the topic. So we learned about it a little bit, and there are ways that you can get students speaking. It could be any form of English, but here it's for American English. And you can practice grammar topics and also vocabulary if you have a repeated structure. So, we had her explain what it is. It's using natural stress. And that's not about how stressed out we are about our lives. That's stress of the language and the patterns. So we'll explain what that means in a moment. But it can be used in any class size. It doesn't involve any materials. And that's what's good about it. And it doesn't require music ability. So an example is just, hi, how are you? You don't say, fine, how are you? You don't say, hi, how are you? When you say it, everything that we speak is actually a chant. It's just certain words take more stress from us. So, hi, how are you? Fine, how are you? It's already a chant. We work in chants in how we speak, and it's just becoming more intentional with the chants that we want to use in our classes. So, this is one form. It's just saying, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, do you like it? Yes, I do. Do you like it? Yes, I do. It's just one form, but there's different forms, and stress when speaking is really important. It can totally change the meaning of what we're saying. So, uh, probably heard this before, but if we haven't, a lot of languages are stress timed. So, for instance, we just follow the stress. Education, papa, just following the stress of every word like this. So those are actually not how English is working. So English is more of a rhythm-based stress words and syllables. Uh, so we're not stressing all syllables, we're stressing certain syllables in a word. So when you're going to be creating your chants in a moment, I want you to think about that and think about a word. So here's an example. We don't say education. We say education. So that K is taking a little bit more stress. It's a stronger beat. We don't say, oh, I want to talk to my papa. We say, I want to talk to my papa, my father, my mother. I want to talk to my friend. There's only one syllable, one stress. So we could see that words, sometimes a sentence may have a lot of syllables, but only a few stresses. So we'll just go through some examples. So there's certain number of syllables. Kids play ball. It's just kids play ball. That's it. This one has more syllables, but same number of stresses. The kids play ball. So the doesn't have a stress. This one. The kids are playing ball. Right? 3 syllables again. 4 syllables, but 3 stress. And this one. 3 stresses again. The kids are playing with the ball. So usually nouns get more stress, verbs, as we're seeing already. That's what's usually more stressed when we give sentences, when we say them, when we pronounce them. This one has 9 syllables, but only 3 stresses again. The kids have been playing with the ball. It's the same thing again. Kids play ball. The kids have been playing with the ball. Same thing again. There's 3 stresses. So that's the idea of stresses, and when we're going to use them in our chants that we're about to create, we should be aware of them. So I'm going to show an example of Carolyn Graham explaining how she creates very simple chants just with 3 words, and specifically how it connects to stressing and how stresses exist in the words. And this can be one of your first examples that you can create when you're going to make your chants. So let's check it out.
I'm going to show you right now how to write a vocabulary chant. The first thing is you select a topic. Now, see, this is why it's nice for you to write your own, because you know what your students are interested in. So now let's say your topic is sports, and you're going to write a 3-word vocabulary chant on sports. The first thing you do is sit down and think of all the sports that are of interest to your students. Now, this is the most important thing. Say each word to yourself and listen to how many sounds in each word. Baseball. How many sounds do you hear? I hear 2. Baseball. Basketball.
Syllables.
3. Basketball. Do you hear that? Golf. 1. We need 3 words, and we need this particular pattern. 2, 3, 1. This is the magic formula. Baseball, basketball, golf. Baseball, basketball, golf. baseball, basketball, baseball, basketball, baseball, basketball, golf. See what I'm doing? I'm doing a little rhythmic pattern. Da, 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 boom. Da, 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 da. And then da, 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 da. And there you have a beautiful little vocabulary chant.
So this is going to be our option 1, ladies and gentlemen. A simple chant of just 3 words, right? Just sharing the first option of what you could create with your team. So you choose them as you want to do it. She said the rhythm 2, 3, 1. Baseball, basketball, chant. Baseball, basketball, golf is one option. So you could do that for your topic if you want to. I'm going to share another example of a grammar-related chant. This could be another option. So these teachers created a chant for gonna, going to, and the lyrics I can give to you. I'll put them in the chat box. But the lyrics are basically going to be heard here. And let's check out how they did it. And the idea is your second option is you could create a chant with a grammar structure that you repeat over and over. And this is something that's really important when learning a language because we need a lot of repetition. We can't learn something immediately. We have to hear it over and over and over in an interesting way. So, let's check it out.
On the street, yes we are. Are they gonna dance? Yes they are. Is she gonna rest? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Is she gonna speak? No, she isn't. No, she isn't.
So we got some great examples of just simple questions. If you didn't get the words, I will show them to you. They just decided that they wanted to create a chant on the topic of gonna. So we can expand it. There. Are we gonna sing? Yes, we are. Are we gonna sleep? Yes, we are. Are we gonna dance? Now, gonna is obviously informal, but it's still good to know so that students can know what gonna is, what it means, and how people use it. And they just created a chant that everyone did together. And I'm gonna say that for today's meeting, when you're gonna be in small groups, I'm gonna encourage you to just create a chant where maybe one teacher is the teacher, asking the questions, and then maybe everyone answers or one person answers, because if a lot of people speak at one time in Zoom, it's going to be weird. But you can create a simple chant, sample chant with a specific question that is your topic. So that is option 2, grammar chants using questions. You know, are you really hungry? No, I'm not. Do you like to eat? Could be anything. Do you like to eat apples a lot? Do you like to eat? No, I don't. Do you like to eat spinach? Yes, I do. Do you like to eat clove? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Whatever your answers are, you create your chant and you can practice it to teach the grammar structures. So that is option 2. And I'm going to show the third option, where this teacher is actually creating chants for her class and she combines them with movement. So if you are a movement type of person, you could also do this, and she does it based on her topic. So let's see how she uses chants in her school.
Okay, let's review our story elements. Mirza? In a story, there will always be characters, setting, conflict, plot elements, a resolution, and a theme. Mirrors off. All right, today we're going to be talking about text features. So we talked about these at the beginning of the year, so let's review the text features that we talked
about. So I'll pause it. Anyone want to share? What did this teacher do to get her students engaged? I would love, you can just unmute and just share. What did you notice?
Just want them to repeat after her.
Yeah, they repeated. I think they repeated after, yeah. They didn't do it together, they repeated after. Okay. Anything else you noticed?
She also made them move. She used some gestures, body language. As they are kids, and kinesics works really well with them. So it makes them to remember the words, the grammar, the topic that is covered really well when they move, when they do something. And it is very difficult to keep their focus on one, like for more than 20 seconds. That's why I think she made them to move or do something. And when you do something, you remember the topic better. Well, most kids do this better.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. And I'm noticing some people are seated, some are standing. You know, this student needs that time to get up, maybe just to see better, but it's dealing with the different learning styles. So, yes, thank you. All right. So that is option 2. Thank you, Aziza. If you want to, you can use that option. It is kind of creating movements that move with your chants, that move with the topic. So, what's your favorite type of transportation? What's your favorite type of transportation? Do you like driving? Do you like driving? What's your favorite type of transportation? What's your favorite type of transportation? Do you like walking? Do you like walking? So you could basically create it with a lot more movement, which the first example didn't necessarily have, but this example did. Okay, so I think that is almost the end of chants. I can give a couple more points if you would like. Ooh. Let's see this 1 second. Okay, so I think that it's quite clear what a chant is. It's creating a rhythm that students can use so that they can learn a specific topic. I'm going to play one last one if we need it, but I think that we already have the idea of what it is and how it works, and I really want to have people spend the next 15 minutes creating their own. So I'll play one last one. It's called What's She Doing? And then you're going to create your own, and I'll explain how.
What's she doing?
What's she doing?
She's writing a book.
What's he doing?
He's learning to cook.
What are you doing?
I'm learning to drive.
What are they doing?
They're learning to dive.
What's Dan doing?
He's writing a letter.
What's Fran doing?
She's knitting a sweater.
Beautiful. So that one's really simple, but you could make them more complicated, but I think that starting simple based on the level you're with is really important. If you create a really complicated chant, it will be really hard for people to follow. So, the last point is how you could teach it with classes, the kind of order. So I'll just explain that, and then you start doing it. So you would introduce it just by speaking at first, and people are listening. If it's a complicated chant with new vocabulary, you may need to translate some of it into Uzbek or Russian, whatever language you prefer to translate into. But you can start with full group practice. So that would be my first suggestion, is we do it together after I model it as a teacher. And then later, you can have them practice it with a group, small group, or maybe a pair. And when you are going to be doing this, it's important to emphasize our stress. So not the stress in our lives, but the stress of certain words. And that has only happened if you give a lot of examples and repetition for them. And it's saying if it's more complex, it's really important to show it written. I would say even if it's simpler, it's very important to have written chants. And you can show them the stresses, the areas, maybe you put, a little hat on top, or however you want to circle it, to show them this is the areas where they're going to maybe say it louder or with more stress. Oh, sorry, I was speaking and you didn't hear me that whole time. I just noticed it. I was just explaining that you can make chants and follow stresses, and also that you should model it as a whole group first, and later you can have students do it in smaller groups. So we are up to action mode. We have 15 people in here. So I'm going to invite everyone to get into a small group. and it does help engage the whole class, as Balnora said. So what you're going to do is you're going to be in a group of 3 people. It's possible that when you get put into a group of 3 people, 2 of them may not unmute, and you will create your own chant. And I'm going to just review again. The options of chants that I'm sharing for you today are just simple chants with questions and answers. You know, for this class I had done, girls ask one question, boys ask another. Another option was kind of chants repeating a certain grammatical structure, right? So you can use that grammar structure and repeat it over and over with different verbs, for instance. And I also shared another one of just creating a chant with syllable awareness. So she explained, Carolyn Graham, 2, 3, 1. So you're going to do one of those 3 options today with your colleagues. And I'm going to ask you to write it in sample chants by group. So take 20 seconds and please open up this, if you can, on your phone. If you can't, it's fine. If you don't want to use this option of typing it and pressing plus and adding it here, you can just have one person write it down. And your topic is any topic that is taught in Uzbekistan, basically, that's from your curriculum. And you're going to pretend that one of you is a teacher and another one of you is the student. And as a group, you will write it. So I think it's clear. Are there any questions? No? Can someone tell me what you are going to do in your groups before I break the groups up?
We are going to create a chant,
Okay.
but we have to pay attention to the stress and the intonation. We have to pay attention to the syllables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it should be related to the Uzbek curriculum, right?
If possible, it would be better.
If it's possible, yeah.
Yes. Can you give me 30 seconds so I can log in properly to be able to make a correct breakout room? I'm going to be back in a moment. And then I'm going to make breakout rooms, and then we'll be in action. So as we're doing that, I'm going to just ask as a brainstorm, please write down your topic in the chat box right now. What is the topic you want to do? And I'll be back in 30 seconds. So just write your topic right now in the big chat box that you want to create a chant on. Go for that, and I'll be back in a second. All right. I'm going to reclaim host. Can I just hear the possible topics before we get into what are the possible topics we may do? Prepositions. All right, I saw family. Well, we'll be back in about 12 minutes and we'll perform our topics. We're going to have 4 groups and each group will create a chant. And this is something that you actually would want to use with your classes, okay? And I will ask you once again to write it either on a piece of paper or write it, one person will be the writer and they'll write it in the Padlet. And we'll see you all back in about 12 minutes. And I'm going to keep some of you in the main room so that you can organize in the main room. So that's what's going to happen. You may join. Very good. All right. So if you are here, do you have a mic that works, please? I guess you do. Hi, Aurora. All right. So I am the only one here. Does anyone else have a mic? If not, I will just do it solo. Okay. So we're going to start looking at some chants that are already starting to get written. This is great. I'm going to write my own. If anyone here will be adventurous enough to unmute themselves, we can write it. If they do not want to, that is completely fine. But if you want to unmute, what topic you want to do? I want to do the topic of transportation. Can anyone hear me? Aurora. All right, well, while we're waiting, since we're losing some people, I'm going to do the topic of transportation. And what I want to do is I'm going to try the strategy of 2, 3, 1, which is the simple chant. It's the rhythm of syllables. So can I think of a transportation, or can anyone out there think of a transportation that has 2 syllables in it? Let's see if anyone can. Automobile, car is 1, airplane. So that's my first one, airplane. Airplane, 2 syllables. 2. Hello, Google. And another transportation that has 3 syllables. Airplane, 2. Car, 1. I got 1. I can't think of 1. Well, I can't think of 1. Types of transportation. So I can go online and try to see if there's any. Aerial tramways, subways. It's pretty good. Bicycle. Sounds like you don't say bicycle. It's 3 syllables. So I'm going to do my second option is going to be bicycles. So airplane, bicycle. And a 1 syllable option. Taxi 1, van, bus. Let's go for bus. Bus. So that's my first chant. How would I do it? A 2, 3, 1 chant. Airplane, bicycle, bus. Airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, bus. Airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, bus. So that's just 1 rhythm that could be created with it, but there's more rhythms that could be done. Airplane, bicycle, bus. Airplane, bicycle, bus. Airplane, airplane, bicycle, bus. Just simple. That's my 2, 3, 1 option. I got it. So I'm thinking I want to create a second option. I want to create a grammar chant. So I'm going to write it down, a grammar chant. Question is, how can I create it? What's a good question to ask that is related to transportation? Well, let's say, do you like to go on? Do you like to go on? Do you like to go on? Or do you like to use a? Would you like to use a? Would you like to use a? Airplane. So it's a and, right? So I'm trying to decide, is it going to be a or and for all of my options? Would you like to use an airplane? Would you like to use an airplane? Would you like to use a bicycle? Would you like to use a bicycle? So that's just one example of a question, but we need answers too. Would you like to use an airplane? Would you like to use an airplane? To go to, and then we'd say the name of a place. Say, and I'll just say New York. To go to New York. To go to New York. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Or yes, I must. Yes, I must. It's not even an option, even if I want to swim there. Yes, I must. Yes, I must. Would you like to use a bicycle? Would you like to use a bicycle? And then I have to decide. Let's say right now I'm in Tashkent and I want to go to the supermarket. Right? To go to Macro or any supermarket. To go to the supermarket. Go to New York. To go to the supermarket. So let's start our chant again. I always like to start my chants from the beginning. Would you like to use an airplane? Would you like to use an airplane to go to New York? To go to New York. Yes, I must. Yes, I must. Would you like to use a bicycle? Would you like to use a bicycle to go to the supermarket? To go to the supermarket. Yes, I must. Yes, I can. Yes, I can, but we'll keep it. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You can probably keep the same. I wouldn't keep changing the point, so it can just keep being yes, I can. Yes, I can. Another transportation. Let's see, I said bicycle, I said airplane, my last one is bus. Let's say I want to go to the other side of town. I want to go to, no, let's say Alisher Novae Theater, and I want to go there. So would you like to use a bus? That's what I usually use the bus for. To use a bus or to take a bus, probably wouldn't use. Use a bicycle, to use an airplane. Would you like to take a bus? Would you like to use a bus? Yeah, I would use the bus. All right. So let's see this here. So that is more or less what a chant is. And then you would answer, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm going to check out how the other groups are doing, and I'll be back in a minute. We're going to bring people together. We're going to see what they created, and this will be interesting. Welcome back. We have another 30 seconds. People are coming back. All right. So we've got some topics. We're ready. We've got our people coming back. Oh, good to see you, Medina. We're going to start. And we're going to start with, I think, team 2, Laziza and Lobar. Are you here?
Okay.
You want me to share?
Well, actually, we have two chants.
Go for it.
Ours is "Can you fly like a bird?" and a family. So one is for grammar and the other is for family. Family and I've got.
Okay, let's hear it.
Lobar, can you?
We should sing together. Yeah.
One of you can be the teacher and one can be the student.
Lobar, the floor is yours.
Okay, I should begin, yes?
Yeah.
We should choose pop music for this first chant. And I will try, but I'm not good at singing, but I will try. Can you fly like a bird? Can you jump like a frog? Can you walk like a bear? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Like this.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Would you do any movements with it or repeat it in certain ways?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
We can repeat it with gestures we should do.
Great. And you could probably have students write the next part of it. They could keep adding to it, different animals.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe we can go on in a circle. So the next one can just add up, and it will become more difficult and more difficult and more and funnier, maybe.
Yes.
So each student would be in a circle and add a new one. All right, nice. You want to share your second one?
Yeah. This time I will be a teacher.
Okay.
Okay. But I cannot see the one that I have written.
Let me find it. It's family, right?
Uh-huh.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a family vocabulary, and I got most probably this is for beginner level. And the age is maybe for teenagers, right? I think it will work with teenagers. So I will start. I've got a mother and a father. I've got a sister, clap, clap, clap. Have you got a brother and a grandmother? Have you got an uncle? Clap, clap, clap. So a kind of like this. Have you got an uncle? Yes. So here we are practicing positive form of I've got and vocabulary and question form and vocabulary and grammar is like connected here, right? Interacted.
Yes. Wonderful.
Thanks.
Really good. Thank you. So you could have similar to the other one. Have you got a stepfather? Yes, I do. Or have you got that?
You know, it is also really good, you know, as an icebreaker. If you don't know really well your group, if you don't know your group really well, you can find more about their family. For example, you can continue by making the students to answer the questions, and you can find out about their family. For example, if they have a mother or father or stepmother or stepsister. So it is also important, I think, for in the teaching process, because after this you will be able to choose relevant topics, like according to the need of this learner.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking this I've got the same rhythm could be used for different things they've got in the home. Like in the home, I've got. In my country, I've got. In my
Yeah, something like this.
Thank you, Team Lobar Laziza. Clap, clap, clap. All right. Let's see. Our following group is Team Gulnura, Team Medina, Team Bonner. Do you have something?
Yes, we have a lot of things that we did design together, but we forgot to put it on the Padlet, and I'm doing it right now because Madina's son was making a noise a bit and we tried to calm him down. We are really sorry, but I'm going to do it right now, but then I'm going to put it on the Padlet, okay?
Sure.
Okay, have you ever flown? Yes, I have. Have you ever droned? No, I haven't. Have you ever played basketball? Yes, we have. Have you ever eaten sushi? No, we haven't. This is for present perfect. Like,
can you say it again?
You didn't hear?
Just repeat it for us.
Have you ever flown? Yes, I have. Have you ever droned? No, I haven't. Have you ever played basketball? Yes, we have. Have you ever eaten sushi? No, we haven't. Okay.
Okay.
Does it work?
Present continue. It does work. Let's hear the other one for another form.
Okay, for prepositions. Where is the dog? The dog is on the box. Where is the cat? The cat is near the fox. Where is the teddy? It is in the box. Like, you can continue. More prepositions, more questions, more other, like toys and their location. Or another one for, remember we have so do I and neither do I in the 7th grade. And we can make a chant like, I like coffee, so do I. We like tea, so do we. We never drink milk, nor do we. We never eat sushi, nor do they. Yep.
Wow.
And this one was Madina's. She can't speak because her baby is making noise. You know, when we had ESN project, when we started in June TCCP, she was pregnant and now she has a baby. And this is our ESN child. Okay. How are you going to school? By bus. How are you going to the zoo? By car. How are you going to the park? By bike. How are you going to the shop? On foot.
Really clear, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the Padlet, okay?
Thank you. And I'm imagining from those 3 models we had in the beginning, that could be really nice with movement.
Yeah,
as
movement.
they say it.
A lot of movements, because like and you know, when we have neither nor do I, so do I, we put children in 2 rows and they clap and they do this chant.
Thank you, Gulnura and Team Medina and little one.
Okay, and the little one, yeah.
Right, the helper.
Yeah.
I like it. I guess we have our last team, Erbo and Iroda. You want to unmute and share? And I can share mine as well.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's a warm-up activity. We have some words, like first group, first chart, and I have a song. I can walk like a bear. I can walk like a hare. I can swim like a frog. I can run like a dog. And another one, are you playing? Yes, I am. Watch me do this same. Shake your head and shake your head and so.
Nice.
Touch your toys. Touch your
Yes,
toys.
maybe touch your toys or shake your head and find your tail. Maybe.
Yeah, you could use it for different routines you want in the class. And you could review them in a kind of rhythm way. Thank you, Hiroda and Erbol. I'm gonna share mine. That's okay. I made a 3-2-1 chant, or 2-3-1. So airplane, bicycle, bus, airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, airplane, bicycle, bus, 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 airplane, bus, airplane, bus, 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 airplane, bus. So you can literally just keep going. Bicycle, 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 bus, bus, airplane, airplane. You could just have words and people can combine them as if they were just sounds. So that was my first one. I decided I kind of like the one that Gulnura and Medina made more, but I also made one about grammar, chants related to transportation. I saw that lesson recently. So would you like to use an airplane? Would you like to use an airplane to go to New York? To go to New York. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Would you like to use a bicycle? Would you like to use a bicycle to go to the supermarket? To go to the supermarket. Yes, I can. Would you like to take a bus? Would you like to take a bus to go to, I didn't finish writing that part, but to go to the pool. To go to the pool. To go to the pool. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So it's just repeating. And the reason I liked it is it's repeating the same question over and over. And it has some movement that you could add to it. So you could do anything you want with a chant. With that, we've had a really good time sharing ideas together. So I kind of made a last chant. What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? So if anyone wants to unmute, you can just say, I learned about dun, 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 dun. What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? Anyone want to share? What did you learn today? You can just unmute and share what you learned today. And we'll have one person share and then we'll ask the question together. And I'll just keep asking it while we're waiting.
What did you learn?
What did you learn? Let's say it together. Let's have everyone unmute for a second and let's do it. Let's practice. Everyone unmute. It's going to be a little wild. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's do it. 3, just practice the question. 3, 2, 1. What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn?
What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Again. What did you
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
One more time.
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Okay, share with us. Gulnura.
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? Today I learned how to chant. Today I learned how to chant.
Okay, question. Everyone together, question. What did you
learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Medina.
I learned about chanting. I learned about to use tablet. I learned about
all right,
chanting.
And today we met with Medina.
Nice. Okay, question. Again, what did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Erbol?
I learned about chanting. I learned about chanting.
All right. Question. What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Today?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
What did I learn today?
I learned how it is useful. I learned how it is useful.
Okay, everyone, question. What did
What
you
did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
today? Yoda.
I learned to sing songs and chatting. I learned to sing the songs and chatting.
Okay, question. What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
What did you learn
Bobar.
today?
I learned to chant. I learned to chant. I learned to chant.
Okay, question. What did you learn?
What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Balnor.
I learned to make the lesson funny. I learned the lesson to make funny.
Okay, last time, and then because others people didn't speak. Question, what was it? I forgot it.
What did you learn?
What did you
What did you
learn?
learn? What did you learn today? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn today?
What did you learn today?
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your amazing work.
Thank
I
you.
would love to see you maybe work on creating one. You have some examples in different countries. Create a chant, use it with your class, share with us how it works. You can post it here. All the resources from today are here, so you can open them. And if you have a Padlet, you can press the heart, the little heart, and this will allow you to continually have access to it. And I would love to see your chants from your classes, because it's just great to share examples. And that's what we did. We made examples together. You had some really good ideas. And that's it.
If you want, I can share one chant that we make with my kids all the time.
Do it.
Okay. So every time when we start our lesson with 7th or 8th grades, like I have a video and then I can share it with you how we do it. We say, in room 36, we are so fresh, super focused and respect. Maintain eye contact, stand to speak, and don't forget your hands to complete.
Incredible. We need access to that. We may not
Okay.
remember it.
Okay, I will share it with you.
Amazing. So anyone who wants that can go and find it in Create a Chant with your class. Thank you, Lenora.
Welcome.
Yeah, I would love to get a group shot for anyone who can and who wants to. So you can put your video. If you do not want to, don't put it on. That's completely fine. And maybe we can do some hand symbol. I don't know what that hand symbol is. Peace, thumbs up, whatever, heart, whatever you prefer. All right, thumbs up. Oh, there we go. Okay, the Korean heart. Let's do it.
Yeah, like this.
All right.
Like Thailand people do.
Exactly. I think it's from Korea, the tradition, but it's probably.
No, and Thailand people also do like this.
Now I learned. All
Thailand.
right, hearts up.
It's like a heart. It's like a heart. It's a shape of heart. Yeah.
Hearts look the same no matter what color we come in the whole
Yeah,
world.
right.
Okay, ready, set, smile, hearts up. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Teacher Talks. They have them every week from American Spaces. And it's just been great to share with all of you. And I can't wait to see what you create with your class. And that's it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Done.